find that comfortable spot and let's move the shoulders. Let's get some movement into the shoulders. So it's so easy for so many reasons to find that little bit of tightness in top of the spine, just below the neck. So we've got flexibility in the neck, flexibility in the mid back, but that upper back bit can get a bit stiff. So let's start moving and go in all the different ways that you feel moved to go in. So very much shoulders. Think about leading with your shoulders and allowing everything else to not really be relevant right now, but maybe to notice what's moving. And then once you've done all that lovely wiggling about and moving in different directions, hearing any clicks, hearing any movement in joints, take yourself into a couple of slower, deeper holds. So let's take the shoulders down and at the same time, crown of your head up. So I'm going to lengthen through the spine, thinking about the back of your neck being in line with your spine and the back of your head a little further back than that. So you need some space in the front of the body too. Shoulders moving down, which is led really by the elbows. So think about moving your elbows towards the ground. And that should be a firm hold, finding all the tendons and the muscles across the top of your shoulders, into the top of the shoulders, around the back and around the front. And then to take off that tension, just allow everything to soften. So soften your hands, soften your elbows. Notice that gentle springing back, and then take the movement up. So we allow that movement to start by itself by releasing the tension, and then following on by taking the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Up, 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 up. And notice your breath here. You're holding your breath. Inhale and exhale through your nostrils. So we're lifting up. And then release. Just letting go. Slide and glide down. Coming to neutral. Taking your hands together at the front. So to start with, let's just clasp the hands together. So you've got your fingers interlaced. Bring the palms of your hands together and then send your hands out directly in front of you. Still breathing. Thinking here about perhaps trying to get your elbows to come towards each other. They do not have to meet. Excuse me. Just drawing your arms close together and feeling the opening up right in the middle between your shoulder blades. Still lifting up long in the spine, not allowing the back to round out here. And think about pulling with your left hand and left arm. So the right arm is passive here, left arm is active. Almost as if you're drawing your whole shoulder out of that shoulder socket, whole arm out of the shoulder socket, even. And then releasing gently back, keeping your arms extended, taking that tension and pressure into the right arm and right hand. So drawing the left hand and left arm. So you'll hopefully get a little bit of opening up around the elbow, as well as into the shoulder socket. These are such gentle movements, at the same time, quite deep and strong. And then gently easing off, allowing them both to come back. Taking your hands away from each other, just extending your arms out in front. And then we're going to take them overhead. So as you bring your arms up overhead, if you can, take an inhale. And then we're going to be reaching around. So turn your palms to face outwards and take your hands and arms as far behind you as you can as you swoop them down towards the ground. If you can, if it's okay for you here, you're taking an out breath. Let's swoop them around, bring them to the front, inhaling up, maybe even looking up. Turn the palms outwards, starting to breathe out, bringing the arms out and around. See how much space you're giving yourself in the lungs, in the chest here. That lovely big breath. So here we go, we're inhaling And exhaling. One more inhale. Lift your sternum here. Give yourself space to breathe. And then exhaling. Come to rest with your hands on your knees. Take a few regular, easy, gentle breaths here. So we're giving ourselves a lot more space, a lot more opening up, a lot more room for our breath work, which we'll do now. We want to do some balanced breath. Nadi Shodhana. Take a few breaths first, noticing how that breath is coming in, how you're receiving that breath into your body. Just through your nostrils, and see if you can notice which nostril is dominant, which nostril might be closed, which one's doing all the work in this little chunk of time. Notice what your natural quantity is for your breath. You have got some consciousness on the breath. It's not completely unobserved, but we're not really controlling the breath anymore. We're allowing the breath to come and go, just noticing where you feel that breath is going, where you're using the lungs, where you're not. Just that observation. And as we move through Nadi Shodhana today, I want to add something on for you. I invite you to notice where the breath is going. So we will be blocking alternate nostrils. So you'll be conscious of your arm, of your nostrils, of the breath coming and going, of any noises and blockages in your nostrils. Also be conscious of once that breath has entered your body, where is it going? Can you feel it? And try to feel it, try to notice it, try to send it there, coming into the back of your body, coming into the space around your shoulder blades. So now without your alternate nostril breathing, as I mentioned it, take your breath to those spaces. So you've got that breath going into the back, thinking about moving your shoulder blades just gently away with the breath. And then we're taking the breath into the sides of the body as well. Super important to get that breath under the armpits, all the way down towards the pelvis. And then, which we naturally feel more than any other breathing feeling, into the front of the body, but right down into the belly. But clearly it doesn't go into the belly, but we want that feeling of expansion. So everything is working. And then to finish off, right up under the collarbones and into the throat. So that's your add-on. Also, I invite you to come up with a sankalpa or an intention for yourself for your practice. So left hand is relaxed, other way around. If you are left-handed, folding in the first two fingers, and it's such a gentle block. You really don't need to be deviating the septum in any way from the midline. So let's start off opening up the thumb or opening up the right side. Close your mouth, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Exhale to start. Close your mouth. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Inhale, soften through your neck and across the top of your shoulders. Switch. Exhale. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale, and then carry on at your own pace for 2 rounds. Keeping your concentration, keeping your focus, maybe closing your eyes. Noticing where that breath is going. Bringing to mind your sankalpa, or your intention for yourself. Not just for this practice, but for the whole of this year. And when you finish the round, come to resting with both hands on your knees or on your lap, crown of the head lifted up. And changing the cross of your legs. Take a moment to observe breath as it can come and go freely and easily. And find that little bit of opening up, that little bit of space around the sternum as your rib cage expands out to the sides. So we're also going to focus on getting the breath into the top part of the chest here. Hopefully now you feel that you have got that maximum amount of opening up in the lungs, and you'll hopefully revisit this through the day. So let's come into lion posture. We're going to be sitting on our legs here. So bring yourself into, we're going to sit a little wide-legged, toes together, as if you were going to fold down into balasana, but we're not going to fold down into balasana. So hips nice and relaxed, and then sending your hands, palms facing to the floor, resting on the palms, fingers pointing back towards your body. So Simhasana or lion is one of those wonderful postures. Make sure you actually give yourself enough space. My arms are too close together. So opening up the throat, opening up the airways, really activating the tongue, incredibly important organ. We should be doing more exercise and movement with our tongues and with our mouths. I'll stop talking and let's do that. So we're going to take a breath in, and as you're ready to breathe out, you breathe out with sound. So imagine that you are a lion, not quite a roar, it's just that expulsion of air with sound. At the same time, you're looking up, rolling your eyes up as high as they will go, and sending your tongue out as far as it will reach. Not directly necessarily in front, but more down towards your chin. So I like to also have my head in line with my spine. And as that breath is ready to come out, I lift the chin. So give myself some space in the throat. But if you have a preferred way of doing Simhasana, then please go ahead and do your version. So inhaling through your nostrils. Head comes back, inhale. Head up and head comes back. Last one. Coming back to neutral. Bring your knees towards each other and let's fold forward into balasana. And we're looking here for that nice opening up under the arms. Sending your arms forward, reach them forwards. Extend your body long over your thighs. Dropping down, taking your forehead down to the mat. In balasana, we are trying to get the hips or buttocks down towards the heels. But sometimes we're rolled over quite far, like I am now. I want to come up, sit yourself back down, extend the spine, extend the body, and lie the body down, keeping that contact with the hips and heels, and then extend the arms forward. We've all got different shapes, different shapes at different times. Sometimes this is easy, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you're going to find that connection with the ground, with your forehead. Other times it's not going to happen.
So keep your arms long and straight here, extending the arms forward. And hopefully you'll feel that across the top of your back, but also it's a really wonderful way of opening up under the arms. Hugely important area, especially if you've been unwell or if you're trying to boost your immune system. You want to be getting the lymph flowing fully through the body. And to help with that, we're going to come into a few rounds of Chakravakasana. So looking forwards, looking towards your hands, rolling them back up and coming into a tabletop position. So use your lungs today. Use those lovely lungs of yours, fill them up. Whenever your attention starts to engage or connect with anything off this mat, off and away from your body, from your happy and positive appreciation of your body, bring it back to the breath. So set yourself up. As you can see, I'm taking a little time here to make sure that this alignment is comfortable for me. It feels strong and steady and balanced. And let's just tip forward. So we're pushing forwards with the thighs. The wrists might not love this. Let them be strong. Push your hands into the floor. Be strong in your wrists. Keeping all those nice little connections between all those tiny little bones in your hands, fingers. Lubricated and ready and active, and then gently pushing back. Sorry, I held for a little bit long there. You might want to tuck your toes under here, and let's give the toes that same little workout. Wake them up. One of the wonderful things, oh, there's too many to count, but one of my very many favorite things about yoga is the attention we give to all these little parts of us, like your wrists, your hands, and your toes, and the soles of your feet, and your ankles, that are all around making sure that everything keeps working, keeps being able to keep us safe and active and enjoying life. So really pushing into those toes might be quite uncomfortable now, and then we're going to release off. Great. So if you need to flick your hands out a little bit, I do that. And then let's come into Chakravakasana. So we're moving through the spine. You know this asana so well. So sending your belly button down, let's start with head up, hips up. And giving ourselves, again, more space in the lungs, in the chest, along the front of the body. Find that comfort there. And then we're slowly uncurling. So we're not worrying about the breath too much now. And it might be that it's a little bit much today to incorporate breath and movement. Do what works for you. It's not always appropriate to move with the breath. If your lungs have been compromised recently, they might need a bit of a break here. So let's come into our cow posture, push the floor away. So even though we're rounding the belly, taking the belly button down towards the ground, and we're lifting the hips, we're not sinking the chest down between the arms. The chest stays strong, shoulders stay wide. And then uncurling. If you are using the breath too, then obviously here's the exhale. And then breathe when you are in your cat posture. Think about making space between the outside of each vertebra. Drawing your hips in towards you, engaging your belly button up towards your spine, head and neck long, relaxed, at ease. And then changing. Strong in the arms, keep pushing the floor away from you, dropping down. We're going to speed up a little and we'll do 3 rounds, but go at your own pace if you wish. I'll call it out in case you want to practice together. Exhale. Out. Inhale. Out. Exhale. Cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale. Inhale.
Coming back to neutral, toes together, knees are wide, nice and wide. Take them right to the outer edges of your mat if that works for you, sending yourself back. This time, resting the wrists, just taking your hands, stacking them one on top of the other. Elbows are out to the sides. And see if you can get your elbows moving out towards the sides of the mat as well. And forehead down, or if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can turn your cheek to the mat. More of a temple to the mat. If you're in recovery, if you've had any kind of illness and you've been stuck in bed or a little bit horizontal, your breath would have been compromised. And so this lovely opening up, moving through the chest, the back, the sides of the body, into the neck and the throat, is a lovely way to get everything just gently stirred up, ready to work again. And we will also be moving into pelvis a little, and a little work into the legs. But for now, just softening through. So we're going to come up from here into down dog, because we need to do a little bit of inversion, especially if we've been a little bit sedentary from not being very well. So heels moving down towards the mat. Make sure you've got enough space. Give yourself lots of room here. Don't jam yourself up. So downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. We're looking for relaxed feet, soft feet here. And from the backs of your ankles, finding that stretch, finding that movement all the way to your hips, all the way to your pelvis, your sit bones, lengthening through the backs of your legs. And tilting your pelvis just gently up towards the sky. Give your attention to your hands now and push the floor away. So spreading your fingers out, not too much, in a relaxed way, pushing the floor away, long in your arms. And then making sure you've got space across your shoulders as well. And wide shoulders. And here, relaxed neck, relaxed head. Maybe nod your head. Let go of any tension in the back of your neck. Shake your head. Allow your head and neck to be completely at ease. With an inversion, we're looking to allow that blood flow to happen to the head and neck, to the torso. Make sure you're not holding any tension in your shoulders here. We're going to walk to the center. So as much as possible, keeping your legs straight. Add on a little bit of a challenge here. Straight legs, coming to the center. And still, if you can, keeping your legs straight, walking your hands towards your feet. So Uttanasana, easy forward bend. And here we can have that inversion without the strain and the strength work needed from the arms. So your arms are relaxed. You might want to just wrap them around each other and allow them to hang. Breathing in and out. Steadily and evenly, in through your nostrils, out through your mouth or your nostrils, your choice. And then uncurling to come up. All the way up to standing. And hello, we're here standing. So let's take the legs nice and wide and come into triangle. So again, we're looking to get that movement and opening up in the top of the chest. So turn your foot, your right foot, to face the narrow end of your mat. And watch there what happens with your hips. If they start to go out of line, just gently bring them back and lift. Give yourself some space in the front of your body. So sternum away from pelvis, extending your arms out nice and long, turning to look over your right middle finger. Your drishti point, your gaze point is just beyond the tip of your middle finger. Notice what's happening in your legs and your pelvis here. Shoulder above your shoulder, chin above your right shoulder. And then we're going to slide a little bit right and turn to come into Trikonasana. So arms stay level, legs are long and strong, coming all the way down into that triangle. And a nice click of the hip there. So lifting your left arm up. So left arm is lifted, right hand is just gently touching on the inside edge of that right leg. Give yourself a bit of purchase to twist and open up a little further. If you need to, of course, you can lean your weight onto your right leg, but otherwise, just gently there, more to help you open that left shoulder up and out. Belly button to spine. And here it's quite tempting to want to lean over quite a long way. But focus more on keeping your body in line. Notice if you're sticking your bum out, bring it gently back in line. We're opening up on the left side of the body. And we're having to be quite strong in the legs and on the right side. So now we're going to lift up to come out. So slowly out, as slowly as you came in. Keep your arms out. Bring that right foot in. Take the left foot out. Again, noticing what's happening with your hips. Just give yourself a bit of a wiggle. Stay level, stay even. Take a breath. And then turning so that your chin is now over your left shoulder. Your gaze is over that middle finger of your left hand. And then we're going to slide gently to the left to give yourself some space around that right hip, long in the legs, and then tipping down. Oh, another click. So opening up there. Think about getting your body in line. Think about not leaning forward. Think about your right shoulder being directly above your left shoulder. And remembering to breathe. Letting go of having to grip the floor with your feet. So softening through the muscles of your feet as much as works for you. Not locking that left leg. So left leg needs to be strong and engaged. Might mean lifting the kneecap a little or finding a little bit of a bend in the knee. And breathe and hold. Think about all that lovely opening up on the right side now. All along the right side of your rib cage, between your rib cage and your pelvis. Breathing, bringing to mind your sankalpa perhaps. And we're going to lift to come out, as if somebody's holding your hand and just gently drawing you upwards and then coming out. So taking both feet to face sort of 3/4, not out to the sides, not facing forwards, hands to hips, and come to a halfway fold. So sending your hips out behind you, leaning forward, leaning forward, leaning forward, and head and neck in line, not locking your legs, gentle bend, and then all the way fold forward. But take it very slowly, control that movement. Notice the movement in your lower back here, the sides of your body. And the last bit of you here to let go of is your head and neck. Take your hands down if you like, towards your feet, or maybe even to the floor in front of you or below you, wherever feels comfortable, but not locking your legs.
Again, enjoying inversion. And then uncurling to come all the way up.
We're going to do a little bit of a twist here, just for immune boost. So staying with your legs wide, and take the right hand down towards the left leg. So twisting around, just turning around, find that left ankle with your right hand, lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. And here you'll get some opportunity with your arm holding on to be able to open your shoulders and really twist them out. Think about taking that twist further down into your waist. Try not to move your hips over to the left side. Try to keep them centered. And then you can take your left hand and wrap it around the torso, bring it to your right side if you wish, or keep it pointing up towards the ceiling, whatever works for you. If you start to get a catch or any kind of discomfort in your ribs, just ease off. Or come back to Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Otherwise, really move into the twist here. Breathe as deeply as you can. Think of the breath as your extender in every single asana. You can be in that asana, you can be holding your breath, you can be tensing all your muscles. To get the maximum out of your asana, you need to breathe. Breathe deeply. That is the best extension you can give yourself. So if you are someone who's always looking to improve, to move on, to extend, to get the maximum benefit out of everything, it's your breath that is the bit that takes you to that maximum with yoga. Bringing that left arm down, walking yourself all the way across. So left hand over to your right foot or ankle or calf, and we're swooping the right arm up. Check your hips, make sure they're centered. And here, really notice using the breath. So inhale, and as you exhale, can you find a little more twist? Again, wrap your arm around your waist to the left side if you wish, or keep it pointing up towards the ceiling. Inhaling through your nostrils, exhaling mouth or nostrils. Strong in that left arm, helping to draw you round. And then coming back down, bringing that right arm down. Left hand and right hand down towards the ceiling, down towards the floor, and hips up towards the ceiling. Put a little bit of weight into your arms here. So we're not going to be kicking up into a handstand or anything funky like that, but push your weight into your arms. Feel that your arms are strong, feel that your legs are not taking your entire weight anymore. And then coming all the way up. We're just going to do a little bit of opening up in the pelvis. We're going to do a nice gentle opening up today. So taking your right foot to the narrow end of your mat, bringing your hips to face the narrow end of your mat. Left leg, make sure you've got enough space between your legs. Left leg is not directly behind your right. You might need to step it out a little bit. And breathe. Taking a bend in the right knee. So extending the back leg out, maybe coming up onto toes. In fact, do come up onto toes and find that nice low, long lunge. If you want to add on here, you can extend your arms up towards the ceiling. Otherwise, you're keeping your arms on your hands on your hips and your arms open, taking the elbows out to the sides so they're opening up across the whole of the front of your chest. Your choice, you've got two options there. Try both. Go for the one that you feel is what your body needs more today. Engage that left glute long in that back leg, dropping the hips down. And then we're going to do a quick smart turn to the other side. So straightening up, all the way around. You'll have to adjust your feet a little because they won't be in alignment, or they might be in too much alignment. Standing out now through the right leg, strong into that left thigh, left knee bent, elbows pulling towards each other or arms lifting up towards the sky. Feel that lovely opening up in the hips, in the pelvis, in the groin. Another important area for lymph. So we've opened up in the top half of the body, and now we need to send that down to the bottom, straightening up, coming into Prasarita Padottanasana one more time. Sending your hands down towards your feet, or if you prefer, taking your hands one inside the other, gently laying them down at the base of your spine. Maybe just holding on with your thumbs so that your arms can completely relax. And here I invite you to make the most of your breath, inhaling through your nostrils and exhaling a little noisily, perhaps through your mouth. Taking your hands down to the mat, walking your feet in. Let's come back into that kneeling position. So folding yourself down over your knees, bringing yourself into Balasana. So hips to heels, extend the body, bringing yourself forehead down towards the mat, extending your arms out in front of you. Remembering to breathe here, taking your time with the breath and noticing where you have to send it, maybe to the sides of your body. Drawing yourself all the way up now. Coming into a little bit of a back bend. You've done a lot of forward bending. So you're in this lovely kneeling position. If it's uncomfortable to sit on your feet, you can take your feet a little further apart. If you really can't do kneeling, you can always sit cross-legged here. And we're going to look for that space behind, taking one hand back, fingertips pointing in towards your body, and then take the other arm back. So we're kneeling on the floor, leaning back on the arms, and then sending your sternum forward, drawing your shoulder blades together. And if it works for you, dropping your head right back. So a nice gentle rounding through the back. If you can, put some weight into your hands and arms here. And then to come out, gently bring your head up, bringing yourself up onto fingertips, and then bringing yourself. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana briefly, a little bit more work into the hips, a little gentler perhaps. So bringing the soles of your feet together, interlacing your hands and holding them underneath your feet. Or if that doesn't feel good, you can just hold on around your ankles. But the purpose of using your arms here is to help draw your feet in towards your body. And at the same time, we want these knees to go out to the side. Just looking up, looking for that nice letting go, relaxation, and softness in the hips and pelvis. So if you're holding on here, wherever you're holding on, maybe you're around your feet or around your ankles. Bring in a little bit of rocking movement. So holding on, you may even have your feet perhaps just coming off the floor, finding that balance place, and then rolling back through, leaning forward. All the way back. Having to switch on the core a little bit, and then coming forwards, rolling through. Go to the point where you feel that stretch the most, and keep that gentle rocking backwards and forwards going at your own pace. Another little twist, well, more of a side bend, really, because we're still focusing on gently releasing all those little stuck bits in the lungs. I'm going to take the right leg out to the side. So send your right leg out, send it out, pop it down, and then you might have some more space to bring this left foot further in towards you. If you can, using your hands to turn your foot so the sole of your foot is pointing more up towards your face. Up tall, noticing that your hip bones, sit bones are still on the floor, and we're taking the right arm down the right leg. Sit up nice and tall before you start this movement. Otherwise, the temptation is that you're down here and you can slide over. You're not really going to get as much of an opening up in the side as we're looking for. So up tall, crown of the head lifted up, and then sliding over to the side. So don't look over to the side, keep looking forwards. Just take that bend, bringing your arm to rest on your leg, or maybe if you've got a lot of stretch today, you might want to take it down to the floor. Find where you've reached that stretch point, and you're hopefully going to feel that around the hip and around the lower body here, maybe even into the glutes. Then we're going to extend. So take that left arm up. So reaching up, allow your head and neck to be at ease, no tension there. It's almost as if you're trying to lift your armpit away from your pelvis, away from that left sit bone. Now, if you have your arm on the outside edge of your leg, try bringing it on the inside edge, which will give you a little bit more opening up, a little bit more twist. So if you can make your legs still heavy and completely relaxed here. Soften through that right shoulder. And then we're gently drawing upwards to come out. Now take your time to come out, because we've just opened things up that don't normally get opened up in our everyday life. So just allow them to gently come back. Bring that right leg in and left leg out. Again, turning your foot up towards you, placing that right leg, bent leg out onto the sides, finding the stretch in the left leg now, up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed, gliding down. So left arm, left leg. Go to where works for you. If you notice that you're folding forwards, come away a little and find that nice open posture that we're looking for. Soften through your legs, soften through your pelvis, and only when you're completely ready, if you're ready, lift up your right arm. It might be that that's enough opening up for you and you do not need to lift the right arm up. Always with yoga, it's not about like things are in the rest of your life where it's more is better. In yoga, more is not always better. The best thing you can do in yoga is learn to tap into what is really right for you in that moment and to have the confidence and the self love to do that and not anything else. So here we are. If you need to, you're bringing your left arm down the ground in front of that left leg. If you're happy where you are, stay where you are. And then we're going to be lifting up. Somebody's lifting you up, slowly coming out. Well done. Bringing your knees together, bring yourself into a little bit of a balance. So bring your feet off the mat. If you link your hands around, your arms around, it's quite a comfortable position to be in. And if that isn't, then you can always link your hands underneath your knees, behind your thighs. So back straight and long, lift your chest, looking up, taking in a nice deep breath. And well done. Give yourself a hug and float down towards the ground or come to lying on the ground, however works for you. Bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice hug and a squeeze, taking your knees right over from one side to the other as far as they go. And then taking your arms out to the sides, or maybe just your elbows out to the sides and hands above your head. Take your knees over to the right side. And once your knees are settled, bring your gaze over to the left. Shoulders stay stuck to the ground, stuck to the mat. So inhaling very slowly but deeply here. And then back to center with the head, back to center with your knees, all the way across to the other side. And the same thing on the other side. Give yourself that twist all the way from your atlas axis point, top of your spine, all the way down. So breathing deeply, slowly. And then bringing your head back to bringing your knees back to center and give yourself a hug. And it might be that your knees are together and you've got this nice big tight hug, or it might be that your knees are away from each other and you've got your right knee in your right arm and your left knee in your left arm. Do what works for you. Might be that you're stationary, maybe lifting your forehead up to your knees, squeezing in tight. Last posture here, we're going to take feet flat to the floor. So we did do quite a lot of inversions and forward folds. So one more back bend, one more counter pose, feet flat to the floor. We're coming into Setu Bandhasana or bridge. So set yourself up as you know how to set yourself up for bridge and lift your hips up. So hands are flat to the floor, roll yourself up. You want to keep that space between your pelvis and your ribs. So we're not curling in the lower back, just lifting, pushing the floor away. So thighs are strong, long. Push, push, push. And lower, lower, lower. Nice and slow. Well done. Bring yourself seamlessly, easily into your Shavasana, sending your palms facing upwards, long in the back of your neck. Have a little bit of a wiggle and find your perfect relaxed position. Inhale through your nostrils. Exhale through your mouth. Close your eyes, relax your face, relax the whole of your body like a wave flowing all the way up from your toes, your legs, through your torso, your hands and arms, all the way up to the crown of your head. So a wave of relaxation. And as you breathe in, feel that you are softening, relaxing, letting go. As you breathe out, you're making space for the next breath to come. So empty fully, empty completely. Breathing in light and warmth and healing and calming energy for your body, your mind, your spirit. And with every out breath, letting go. Whatever it is you need to let go of. Bring to mind your sankalpa or your intention for yourself, for your practice for today, for your year. And in your own time, slowly, when you're ready, if you're listening to this on record, you can just stay in Shavasana. If you are needing to get up and go and be places, then bring yourself up to sitting with your hands to hearts and turn your eyes closed. If you're staying in Shavasana, think of every breath as an opportunity to bring deeper calm and peace to your body. If you're sitting up, take that next in breath, lowering your forehead to your hands. With the out breath, opening your eyes. With the in breath, raising your chin. With the out breath, bringing a smile to your face. And namaste.